Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will be bringing you a quick review of a new game on Steam, which was previously on the PS4 PlayStation Store. It is called Brutal. So welcome to the Count Review. So, this game just came out on Steam. It is about 10, 11 US dollars. And we'll see if it is worth the price of admission. Now, the name Brutal is quite promising, and it is tagged as a rogue light with some action. We'll see if it is worth your money. So, this is what you see when you first start playing, and I've been messing about a little bit and deleting things. But you can see that there are several classes to choose from with different abilities. We have the typical ranged, we have the magician, and we have the warrior. So, you can see that there are little touches here and there, but graphically it is quite particular. The graphics are kind of a silhouette type thing, and with elements of ASCII. When you look at the map, as you can see, it goes in a reverse back to the old school NetHack rogue type games. But the actual gameplay here is very much action, action, action. So, how does it work? Well, you use your left mouse button to melee, to punch things, and you can pretty much destroy almost everything. And that is quite actually a positive thing. I enjoyed it. You know, you feel like you're destroying lamps and environments. There are skills that you can use as well with a special ability button. And you can see that there is a rudimentary, that means a basic skill tree, with some various ability, like the ability to jump up in the air and ability to do some shield blocking. In fact, I will talk about the shield in a moment. There is also an inventory, and there is also food that you need to eat, or you become hungry and your health suffers. So, the maze element is not difficult because there is a very easy map, but the colors are quite vibrant, and the graphics, well, I don't know. I feel like for me it didn't do much. It is not characteristic enough. There is, I don't know how to say. It's interesting because someone who is criticizing the graphics of a roguelite type game, well, you know, it seems silly to say, well, roguelites don't even have graphics. Well, in this case, I feel like it's almost in some kind of valley where the graphics are too good to be bad, but they're also too lacking in detail for you to get invested. And yes, you're saying, well, at least it's not just ASCII. Yes, but ASCII, it leaves something to the imagination. This does not. Going back to the controls, so you have your left click with your melee, your right click allows you to throw your shield, which is a pretty good dynamic, but you can't, you know, it takes a little while for your shield to return to you. You have, as a magician, you have a long-ranged alternative, which you can shoot your wand. And I thought that was quite good, but you do have mana, and you need to keep an eye because it will need to regenerate before you can do it after a few times. All characters have a jump. Double jump is also in the game, so I feel like this is the kind of game, and they even tell you that you should play with a controller. So with a keyboard I tried, and it's not too bad. You know, with the mouse it's fine, but it definitely gives it this feeling that it's an action game, not really a real hardcore rogue game. There's not much real depth to it, and the combat it's very simple. It's just, you know, very much simple action type game. It has nothing on a real deep combo type thing. There is no real hard combos you can do that I can see. But overall, it is not unenjoyable. You can play different classes, as I said, but ultimately they feel quite the same. The skills give you really an insight into what is the biggest problem of this game is that it is a real lack of depth. And maybe it is because of the silhouette graphics, maybe it is because the gameplay doesn't really change very much, and because you don't feel a real connection with the game's silhouettes. But I felt like the game just missed a little bit of that depth. You see, the game's graphics did not need to be, very pretty or artistic, but there's no real theme or feel. There is no, a little bit like, look at a game like Darkest Dungeon, or look at a game like Don't Starve. The graphics are simple, but they have character. And this, for a game where you need to be attached to your character because you don't want to die, then if you feel this disconnection from your character, partly because of the graphics, partly because the gameplay is very much samey, but also you feel like, why am I playing this? If you want a little bit of a quick romp, a little bit of action, you wouldn't be, you're much better off from something like Enter the Gungeon, which I feel is a much superior game in terms of action. The graphics have more character. You feel more connected to what is happening. And there is a feeling like, oh, I want to be doing more. I feel more of a badass. And ultimately, this game does not make you feel like a badass. There's no reason. You can forge weapons, and as you can see at the bottom of the screen right next to me here, right, you can see that there are letters. And you collect the letters, and you find books that allow you to forge weapons. The weapons give you different skills, but ultimately, there is not this desperate feeling like, oh, I need, just punching things is pretty much makes you feel like a badass anyway. There is no need to feel like you need to play to progress. So I feel like this game kind of misses the point. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it wasn't really thought through on a level of, gameplay. It's a mixture of things that should not be. You cannot mix a rogue game with, silhouette graphics and dynamic action. The cake is not quite there. It's not a bad game. Is it worth $10? Where, if you're really desperate for some rogue action, and there I die, you can see that there is a leaderboard. I would say, yeah, okay, give it a try, but something like Enter the Gungeon, something like Binding of Isaac, you feel much more connected. And they're both similar type games. The gameplay is very much reminiscent of it. And this game just cannot stand between them. So if you have played those other games, you really like them, and you're looking for something a bit different, I still feel you'll be disappointed with this. There's nothing that makes you want to keep playing the way the other games do. But it just doesn't have that kind of polish. But if you're, if you're just looking, and this kind of game is really going to satisfy your itch for some rogue action hybrid, well, good luck. Yes, so overall, my impressions are that it is not worth the money. It is not worth it because there are better alternatives. And I hope that if you give it a try, maybe you disagree. If you do, I will kill you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next life.